Hi, Stephen.
Hello.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi, how are we? I put the sound
Good,
off.
thanks. I didn't get an email about the last one, you know.
The one on Monday?
Yeah, I had it down for 6:30, but I didn't get any email at all. Apparently it was 11:30. You must have changed the time, did you?
Yeah, we did. We changed it to 11 for it, and then today's one was 6:30.
Yeah, I had this one down, right?
Yeah,
Oh, no, I changed this one. You swapped them. Yeah, I knew this one, changed it.
yeah,
Yeah, but I didn't get an email at all on the Monday one. I don't know why.
must have been we did send it a bit late up a notice in terms of that. We sent it, I think, around 9:30, 10 o'clock. So
Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm really keen for these bonuses tonight, the Infinity. I really need to get a grasp on that one.
okay. So today will be a recap of what we did on Monday, and then if you have any questions, we'll answer it as well. But basically, the next week one would be the most comprehensive one. Next Thursday, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a recap on everything, including any updates we get from the US as well.
Oh, good. Any news on the loyalty yet?
There is news on it. If you wanted to, I can share some with you after the call. I mean, not after the call, after the quick recap, that I can just address it to everyone at one time. But we did have some confirmation on it.
Oh, good.
It's not everything, but at least we got confirmation for certain things.
Yeah. Sure.
How are we?
1 minute away. So
okay, so we'll wait one more minute before we begin, and then we'll tackle it really quick. Like the one we did on Monday, it was a quick call, only because these two bonuses are really easy to explain and they're really easy to show someone the potential of what they can earn. And then from there, we'll just open up the line for questionings.
Okay. Hello, Sinead.
Hi, Karen. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for your message.
That's okay. It's good.
Hi, Karen.
Yes.
Hello.
Some other people.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Sinead. Hi, Steve.
Hi.
Hi.
You guys looking good.
So we got Margaret.
Hi,
Hi, Sinead. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Weaver.
Hey, Weaver.
Hey, Weaver.
Hi, Karen.
How are you? Hi, Sandy.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Hey, Mandy.
Hey,
Hi,
Weaver.
this is Erica.
Oh, on Facebook today. Hi, Erica. How are you?
Hi, Erica and Bikini. I need this next week if we get on it.
Yeah, Sinead.
Hi, Jeanette.
Hi.
Diva.
Hi, Yancy. How are you?
Good.
Chia掉.
Yeah, let's
Jeanette, you're getting to you. Jeanette, you're getting too small. I can't see you.
I'm trying.
Okay.
You're so small. You're so small now.
Thank you.
Hi, Christine.
Okay, so it's 6:30 now. We're just gonna get started, and people that's gonna log in can replay the video when we make it live. Just to show respect for people that came in early, we'll get started straight away. So I'm just gonna mute the line now, and then we're gonna go basically through a recap of what we did on Monday, which was talking about the organizational bonus, the first two of the 4 organizational bonus, which was the mentoring bonus. Now, the mentoring bonus is just as a recap for you. It's basically paid to the enroller of the leaders down beneath you. You have to be the enroller of these associates. So, a gold associate, a director, silver director, gold director, and executive and above. So remember, it is above, like people like a silver executive, a gold executive, and even presidentials. You will still be paid on them. But, you will need to be the enroller, and you need to be at the leadership level, which is at the same or higher than the leaders down beneath you. So, for example, if you're a gold associate and you enroll someone who developed a nice organization underneath them, but they became a director, technically, you should be being paid 40, but because you yourself as the enroller are only a gold associate, you'll be only be paid $30. And again, I just want to let you guys know this is the US dollars. We're getting confirmation very soon about the actual fixed amount for Australian dollars. Once we get that, we will release that to you guys. But that's basically the mentoring program, is to, in a way, reward you for bringing in the new people, training them, mentoring them, and the higher they grow, the more money you'll get. You yourself will be at higher leadership levels as well, so you can then earn these bonuses monthly. As long as they maintain their leadership level, you will get this bonus on a monthly basis. So, if you enroll, say, 10 people who eventually become executive directors, and you yourself is an executive director or above, you get $100 each on each of these people you bring in. And, that's, say, 10 people, that's $1,000 already. And, $1,000 is
New shoes.
shoes, clothes. It's quite a lot of money considering how much work you put into it, and this will allow you to, be rewarded for it. So that's how simple this mentoring bonus is. It's basically awarding you to enroll people and then train them, coach them, and get them to the next leadership level. And that's again shown in US dollars, so the amount will be a lot higher as the Australian dollars conversion is done. Now, the next bonus is the Uni-level payouts. This bonus, it's, in a way, it's very simple to explain. Like if you achieve a certain leadership, a minimum leadership of a silver associate, which is only 300 volume. So almost anyone technically can become a silver associate very quickly, and you'll be earning commissions based on the levels underneath you. So the higher your leadership level, the more you earn from the levels underneath you as well. So you get paid on certain levels as well. So say, for example, silver associate, which is the SA there, you get 3% on your first level. Now we got a lot of questions regarding how is a level defined. Now, a level is basically defined on an associate, the first level associate underneath you, so the first active one. So if you have an active associate who's ordering, that becomes a level underneath you. The associate underneath that person who's ordering, that becomes your level 2. And just to come back to your level 1 again, it is your associate plus their customers. So if you remember, if we went back to the beginning, PPV basically stands for, personal volume of yourself and your customers. So if you have an associate who has their customer too, have their holding pen of customers, that becomes your level 1. So it includes all of that. So, if you have an associate underneath you that has 5 customers ordering 100 each, that's 500 volume in that first level. So if you duplicate that, sort of getting associates all underneath you to get 5 customers, that's 500 for each level. And if you do that for your multiple legs, that can duplicate the business really quickly. And, that would mean you will be growing up the leadership level, your volume will increase, and you'll be able to then earn on more volume underneath you, more levels underneath you. So coming back here, a silver associate is basically get paid on 3% on the first level. If you're gold, you get paid up to 2 levels. It goes from 4 to 2. If you're a director, which is equivalent of a regional right now, it goes all the way to 3 levels deep underneath you, and so forth up to presidential director, where you can get up to 7 level. So how's this calculated? It's basically like I mentioned, it's 3% of the CV. So if your first level is all paying, is all purchasing roughly, let's just say $1,000 combined in your first level, the CV of that is 95%. So that's $950 we put aside, and this Uni-level pays out 3%. So you have that 3% from that $950. If you make that equation, it's roughly around $28.50 roughly. So that's how much you get from that one level. Imagine if you had 2 doing the same thing on it, like remember the 5+2 program we were talking about earlier in the beginning, your personal AQ and your team AQ. If you can have 2 of them, finding 5 customers each, having 500 volume each, that's double your volume. So therefore, it's double your Uni-level payouts. So that's basically how it works. And then, level 2, if you're a gold associate, you get 2% of that 95% CV. And it goes down, or it keeps increasing as you keep going to PDs and beyond. So that's basically how the Uni-level works. There's no cutoff in terms of that as well, just unlike the current comp plan where you stop earning if you have a certain amount of leaders in your organization, whether it's 2 in your first level or 3 in your first level. It basically almost stops you from earning beyond that. Whereas this one, it doesn't matter what sort of leadership you have in your first 5 levels or first 7 levels, you will still be earning that sort of commissions on those levels. So it keeps paying out up to that level, depending on what leadership level you achieve. Now, a lot of people will question, then what happens to all the levels underneath that? Like, say, for example, if you were a presidential director, it pays you all the way to level 7. What happened to the rest of the volume under level 7? So the next bonus that gets paid, that triggers that, is the infinity bonus. The infinity bonus is basically paying you from whatever level that the Uni-level stops at, and it start from the level underneath. So for example, if you're a PD, your Uni-level pays up to level 7. The infinity bonus then kicks in on level 8 onwards. So, if you have, for example, 99 legs, the first 7 will be your Uni-level. The rest of your 92 legs will be on the infinity. Now, again, this is a very good infinity bonus because remember, it's paying everything on your legs, on that big volume. Say, for example, if you're an executive all the way to bronze, it's on your power leg. If you're silver all the way to and above, it's on your side volume. So let's just focus on the big leg for PD, for example. So if you have 99 legs, the first 7 is your Uni-level. The next 92 is the infinity bonus. So you're getting paid 1% on all of that. If you compare it to the current comp plan, it does stop when you reach a certain number of leaders in your organization. It pays you to 2 generations deep. And then if you create a 3rd leader of the same sort of leadership as you stop earning from them onwards. Whereas this one, it's saying that even though you have one big power leg, it will pay 1% on everything. No matter how many PDs you have in that leg, it will just continue paying. So that's the power of this infinity bonus, But there is a cap to how much you can earn. So, and for an executive, you can only earn up to a maximum of $200 on the infinity bonus. The reason why is, if you're an executive and you have, say, for example, this is just an example, you have a bronze presidential, a couple of presidentials underneath you that push your volume all the way to, level, say, level 200. It's not fair for, say, for example, this executive person who didn't structure properly to be able to earn more than all the PDs underneath them. So that's why there's a cap. So there's a cap of 200 for an executive. There's a cap for a silver executive at 400, 600, 800, and 1,000 up to bronze presidential. Then when you go to silver, there's a cap as well up to platinum presidentials, which is at 10,000. But once you reach first a one-star platinum presidential, there's no cap. So that means you can potentially be earning as much money as you can based on how many levels you have. So that's how the infinity bonus works. It's very simple to explain, and it's like I mentioned, there's no stopping you from earning as much as you can, up to the level of the cap that's sitting in there. So when you combine that with your Uni-level, you actually will be earning quite a lot of money combined together. I did a quick calculation on a random associate, and I worked out, their Uni-level payout is quite high. And then once you combine it with the infinity bonus, you're making a lot more money than what the Uni-level is being paid out right now in the current comp plan. Based on, the same leaderships in there that's stopping you from earning beyond a certain level. So, combining these two together, you're actually getting quite a lot of money. And because of that, the other bonus, which I'll be tackling on next Monday, the leader check match bonus, this becomes quite a powerful bonus for the upline leader. The more people that earns on the Uni-level and the infinity, the more you earn as the upline leader, when I tackle that in terms of the leader check match on Monday. But basically, that's the summary or recap on how the infinity bonus and the Uni-level works. So just to sort of touch up on the final thing was, like I said, you do need to be an executive or higher to earn the infinity bonus. And, it starts where the Uni-level ends. So if you're an executive right here, it pays you until level 5 in the Uni-level bonus. So from level 6 onward, the infinity pool kicks in, the infinity bonus, sorry. If you're a PD, the Uni-level pays you all the way to level 7. So the infinity bonus kicks in on level 8 onwards. And that's basically how it works. Very simple. Again, it's 1% of the CV. The CV is 95% of the purchase price. And, just to sort of let everyone know, we have sort of confirmation from the US that the price of the members and associates are the same, and it will be at the associate price. So what the associate price is paying right now, the members will be having the same price as well. So it's a good reduction for the members. So in saying that, that's basically the two bonuses. I just want to recap. Like I mentioned, we will do a final recap next Thursday on every bonus we ever talked about, and then do a quick run through again. So for now, today's call, it will be on these two bonuses. I'm going to sort of open up the, well, actually not open up the line, but if you could, raise your hand if you have any questions so that we can, mute the line. So at the moment, we've got Karen. Yep, Karen, you're unmuted.
Oh, thanks, guys. So can I just clarify what you just said about the infinity bonus, that's worked out after you've reached your bottom level on the Uni-level. So it's not on the top levels, it's just paid when the Uni-level finishes.
Correct. Yes.
Oh, I didn't get that before. Thank you. That's great. And I have another question.
Yes.
The 0 level, where we're going to have our own purchases and our customers' purchases.
Yes.
I understand is side volume. So can you just clarify that? That means that will be included as part of our volume except for our main leg. Is
No,
that right? It'll be
it's
that's the
treated
story?
it's treated differently with your personal customers. So if you have some personal customers, it is a side volume, but it doesn't create a leg. It's basically sitting on the same
No.
level as you are. So
No, I understand that. I understand that. I just want to know that is part of all our volume.
yes.
Part of leg.
Yes, it is part of your volume to count towards your leadership qualification.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
So the big leg is whichever leg is our biggest is
Yeah.
1, and all the other legs plus the 0 level are side volume.
Like you won't call the 0 level side volume. It's just counts towards your leadership total. So you know how they do the calculation is they look at whatever volume you and your customers have. That contributes to your volume underneath you, and then but the commissions only pays from level 1 downwards.
I do understand that. I just meant that counts as side volume as far as deciding what level you're at.
Yes, correct.
That's what I meant. Thank you, Stephen. Yes,
Cool.
have to be very precise with my
Yes,
question.
right. Does anyone else have a question? Could you, Manakini? I saw your hand up first. Then we'll come to Ken. Manakini, you're unmuted.
Oh, hi. I've got a couple of questions actually, following from Karen's question. If our members are not side volume in the split of the 40-60, are they only looking at our associate from us downwards without the members? That was my question from Karen.
So what they do is when they do a quick calculation, I'm going to try and draw it for you out, okay? Just bear with me for a second. Hopefully this works.
We can see the whiteboard if you want to use the whiteboard.
It's a bit far away.
It's a bit far. I have another whiteboard that I can sort of show you. So you all can see this?
Yeah.
So basically, this is basically you, and then let's say your 5 customers are here.
Yeah.
So your volume underneath here, I'm just gonna draw a very quick one, and let's use, for example, an ED level. An ED is, remember, is only 6,000. So how they do the calculation is, you know, they look overall, first of all, your total volume. So your total volume needs to be 6,000. And then of course, you know, you need the leg split as well. So the 60-40 rule needs to be applied. But what they do first, in order to calculate the 6,000, is they look at how much volume you have up here. So you and your customer, how much volume? Let's just say, for example, it's 500 to make it simple, right? 500. So if you and your customers makes up 500 volume, your remaining 6,000 here between this level and this level is basically 5,500 volume. And of that 5,500 volume, you need to have the 60-40% rule applied. Does that make sense?
Yeah, got it. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Can I ask you 2 more questions while I've got you there? Because you said that there is news about the loyalty points. So
Yes.
I'm just wondering what's the news and what is it different to the future customers?
Yes. So the news about the loyalty that we have is that it's going to be a tier system. So for new people that's joining on the 1st of July and associates that's joining on the 1st of July, they're going to have to go through a tier system, meaning, you know, the first 3 months they need to get 10%, they will get 10% loyalty credits. The next 3 months after that, they get 15%, and then the 7th month onward, they get 20% loyalty credits.
Right. So only after they've stayed for 9 months regularly ordering automatic orders will they reach their 20%.
No, not really 9 months, 7 months. On the 7th month, they'll get 20%.
Okay, but and then it will stay at 20% if they keep ordering.
That's correct. It will stay at 20%. Now, to help answer some of the questions that might come through, any associates or custom members right now, that's earning the loyalty credits, when we transition across, they will continue to stay at the 20% loyalty credits. Okay, until they stop. If they miss a BP or so forth, then they'll have to restart. But if they can, yes, on the tier level. But if they continue maintaining it throughout, on the 1st of July, they will continue to have 20% loyalty credits.
Right. So if we were talking about shifting people to members on the 1st of July, that's not a good idea. We should shift them before the 1st of July if we're planning to do that, so they get their better loyalty points. Is that correct?
I'm not sure about shifting people, but you know, if they're on the loyalty program right now on the 20%, yes, they will continue on having the loyalty credits when it comes to 1st of July.
So anybody that has, let's say we register a member in June, because they haven't had their 3 months to build up their loyalty points, they will really be under the new plan. Is that correct?
That actually has already, I sent that query to the US already. They haven't responded to me on that particular scenario. I did foresee it happening, but they haven't given a response yet. So when I get a response to you, I will address it in the next call.
Okay, thanks. I do have one more question if I can get away with it. Is that okay, Karen? Just one more. With the qualifying volume of 150, I'm just a bit confused. We have to have a minimum of, say, 150 ppv.
Yes.
But if I have a member that, say, has ordered in the new plan, a customer that has ordered the 100 ppv, I don't need an order on my account. Is that right? I can qualify with the 150 PV of my customer. Is that correct?
That is correct. In the new complaint, you no longer have to purchase product in order to earn commissions as long as you meet the PPV requirement.
We don't recommend that though. You want to be a product of the product, right?
Yeah, no, I get that, but I just got confused about it. Thank you so much. That's great. Thanks.
Karen, we have to go to Ken first because he raised his hand before, but we'll come back to you. Ken, you're unmuted. Hello? We can hear you.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. No.
This happened the last time too, yes. I can read it. Do you have something on your screen that's telling you you're muted, Ken? Maybe check and see if you can unmute.
Or are you able to shoot us a message? Because we can't hear you.
And let's Ken, while you're trying to figure that out, Karen, we'll go to Karen.
I want to go back to that question of Amanda Keeney's, please, about very specific question. So what you're saying is the zero level volume doesn't count in the 40% or the 30%.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, that's not good news. Yes, okay. That's very important information.
But it does allow,
Yeah.
it does count towards, like I said, it counts towards your total volume.
Yeah, I get it, but yep, okay, that's all right. And definitely members signing up now won't be accruing loyalty points.
Like I mentioned, we have to confirm it with the US for anyone that's joining up now, whether they still accrue their loyalty credits at 20% or whether they have to restart or so forth. But we'll confirm that with the US first. But like I mentioned, anyone that's already earning 20% loyalty credits now, like had accrued it, will continue on 1st of July.
What about associates now? Does that mean it won't start for them now either? Does that apply to associates and members or just members?
I think it applies to both, so we have to double check that with the US, Karen.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Ken's questions.
Ken's question came through. He said, what is the point value to qualify
Pay level.
a pay level? So hopefully I'm getting this right, Ken. I'm not really sure what your question is, but
physical level.
what is the point value? There's actually there's no minimum point value. It's just as long as an associate is ordering something, say even if it's one Mana Bear, which is at 24 points, that becomes a pay level. That becomes a physical level for you. So it's as long as someone is ordering something, whether it's 24 points, whether it's 100 points, or whether it's 1,000 points, all of this creates a pay level, or it becomes a level in your organization.
Does that answer your question, Ken?
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Cool. Anybody else? Because if not, we'll call it a night. I know, I'm sure people have lots to do. Let's flick through if anybody else's hand is up. No, of course, there's some people we can't see.
No.
I know.
Okay, Karen?
Question over here.
Okay. I have a question here
From Ruth.
From Ruth. So, question is, can I confirm the Uni-level payout and the bonus, Infinity bonus? People will have no order in my organization. Not. That is correct in a way, Ruth. So when we're doing the calculation in terms of finding your pay level and then also identifying whether that's a pay level. So a pay level is basically anything that has an order, whether it's the associate or the customer. So for example, I enroll Sinead, but Sinead's inactive. Like she hasn't ordered anything, but she has 2 customers that she brought on that is ordering something. That still technically becomes a pay level because there's an order from Sinead's level. Remember, Sinead's level is
me and my customers.
Yes, her and her customers. So as long as there's an order from any of those 2 areas, associate or customer, that becomes a pay level. Whether or not Sinead is ordering or not, it's still a pay level because of her 2 customers that's ordering. Now, the only way to have that compressed out of your pay level is that Sinead doesn't order and her 2 customers doesn't order. It has to be 0 for that particular associate's volume. It has to be 0. If there's even 1 point or 2 points in that order, in Sinead's level, then it becomes a pay level. Yes, does that make sense? I'm going to open Karen.
Just one thing I want to clarify, please. When we have associates, they're customers at the moment, but they're associates.
Yes.
Who are buying more than 150 PV, they're going to start earning 5% power seller bonus, correct?
Correct.
So we're going to have to be aware of those people and get them and submit a direct credit form, correct?
Yes, if they don't have one already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, most customers who are just buying don't have one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are the new people that are going to start earning money that never have.
Yes.
If they're buying more than 150 PV, so we're going to need to be aware of that and send it in.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Good forward thinking, Karen. Thank you.
Okay, so we got a couple more questions. One is from Kaina. Because
there's one above it first, Margaret.
Oh, okay. So Margaret, what about someone who has recently joined expecting to access
20%.
the 20%?
We haven't announced a change. I don't know that it will change until we do.
So again, we'll have to confirm that with you, Margaret. Like we mentioned, if they're joining now, they're expecting the 20%. That's a question that we have to clarify with the US, whether they continue on with the 20% or whether they have to start from scratch, because they technically haven't had their free BP's worth of loyalties orders yet. So hopefully that sort of addresses your question. And then kind of had a question, if that constitutes a pay level, one...
No, that means... I think that's actually Robin. Robin, do you want us to unmute you because it's not reading correct for us?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. How are you, Robin?
Okay. My question relates to Ken's question back there.
Yes.
If one mana bear constitutes a pay level, and that's done at the very last minute, 1 minute to midnight at the end of the BP,
Yes.
and someone worked out their structure, it could throw the whole thing out.
What do you mean?
Because it's only 26 points, and it might throw the level from the person down below who may have had 500 points, and now if it's coming up, it'll be, and that person is above with their mana bear order, 26 points, and the 500 points will be disappeared because it's a pay level.
Technically, in what you're saying, yes, it is possible. Like if you and then you had someone in between you and that 500 volume, and then this person in the middle suddenly decide they want to purchase something, as an yes, that would create that extra pay level in your organization. But you know, when that sort of situation do sort of read itself, you know, you should be questioning that particular associate, whether they're customers or a business builder. And then, you know, you got to sort of make the right choices for them as well. So, you know, you should inform them, you know, if they reach a certain volume, they start earning certain income and leadership levels and so forth. This is just a suggestion, is to look at if that's sort of the scenario you're going to be facing with. You might want to address it early before it affects you in the long term.
But what happens if you've got somebody, Stephen, who hasn't ordered for a little while, maybe 2 or 3 months? You can't be looking at everybody. That's very difficult.
Yeah, we do understand that. And that's where the compression comes in, you know, when they stop ordering for the next couple of months and then they come back on the following, say, in 3 months' time with a mana bear purchase. Again, you know, that's something you might want to look at in your organization and trying to address it as soon as you can. And if you do notice that they're ordering, say, 3 months from now and it's just one mana bear, maybe you want to talk to them and say, you know, the potential of the income that they could be getting if they were to place a bit more. So, you know, that helps you with your volume as well. So this is just a suggestion. There's many ways you can look at it, but in your scenario, yes, it will create a pay level that could throw, you know, your first 5 levels if that's what you're focusing on. But remember, again, you got that infinity bonus that's going to kick in anyway. So you will still be earning on that too.
It's a bit hard for those of us who've got established businesses over time and your volume's at the bottom and the little bits are at the top. It takes up your levels.
It does, but, you know, this is just a suggestion. Run the genealogy report in Success Tracker now, and there's an option for you to select when was the last time these associates has ordered in your organization. You know, if you see that, say, for example, if they have ordered something in the last 6 months, and there is also an option of seeing how much they do order, maybe you can address it now. This is just a suggestion, and you can highlight some of the people that could potentially, you know, be those people that are going to order the one mana bear. Yeah. Highlight them now, you know, talk to them and so forth. But the genealogy report will allow you to access when was the last time they placed an order. And just to let you know, there's a potential data which will be happening
Early next year.
Early next year as well. So, you know, they could be eventually wiped out of the system for you as well. That could happen. But in the meantime, to help you address it in the meantime, I would suggest, you know, look at the genealogy report. When was the last time they placed an order? And then maybe tackle it from there.
Thanks, Stephen. Thank you.
Okay. Mandakini, as soon as we get a response on the loyalty question, we will answer it as soon as we can. We'd like that to be next Monday because it's a good continuation from the next training session. But Stephen is pushing on that, so we'll do that then. My feeling on the loyalty credits is if you've signed up now on 20%, I think they'll let those vest, but we don't know that for sure. So Margaret, we take your point, but you know, just let us follow up that and we will come back to that.
Yes.
When will the annual pay be introduced? I'm not understanding your question there, Mandakini, about the annual.
That's the registration. Yeah. So we haven't got any confirmation on that as well yet. Like the US has informed us that at the moment they're just going to be rolling out what they call customer acquisition program in 4 countries only. They're going to trial that and see how that works, and then they're going to slowly introduce the rest of the country into that program. And once we know when that happens, the annual fee that associate pays or registration will also be determined at that time. At the moment, we haven't got any clear answer on when it's going to be in effect because we don't know when are we going to be part of that global expansion in the customer acquisition program.
Okay. What's she typing? So if we don't have any other questions, and I'm not sure that we do, what's the customer acquisition program? So
basically the customer acquisition program is being able for the computer to define your customers and associate. Right now, the only way that they can define it is members and associate, correct? So when you sign up a member, it creates a leg in your organization right now. And you know, the more members you have, the more legs you will have. So it forms part of the whole structure of your organization right now. Whereas the customer acquisition program is trying to identify those that are members / customers. How are we going to convert them to a level 0 where they don't form part of your legs? So that's what it's trying to do. It's testing that theory out on moving members that's creating legs to customers that's not creating legs, but still counts towards your volume.
The US. What countries are starting?
Right now, it's the US, Canada, South Africa, I think, and Japan.
No, Japan's first too.
Korea.
No, Korea's the end of the year, so maybe
Okay.
Mexico.
Maybe it's sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it is. Maybe Mexico. It's one of the 4 sort of regions where the main ones is of course the US and Canada, and then they wanted one from outside of Americas.
South Africa.
So South Africa and one other country that we're not.
I can't remember.
That we have to confirm for you.
Okay, so I think if that's the case, if there's no more questions, we'll call it a night for tonight. I can see by some of the faces, it's a lot to take in. Look, we appreciate you all coming on the call. It is a big change, and you know there always is a lot of questions, but we're all here to help. And we'll hope to see you all next Monday at the final in this series.
Yes. So next Monday will be 11 a.m. call, where we tackle the last 2 bonus of the compensation plan, which would be the leader check match and of course the consistency pool. So that's what we're going to tackle, and then the following Thursday we're going to do a final recap of all the bonuses and also maybe update you on any information we get in between. So whether it's the loyalty credits, whether it's the pricing and so forth, we'll update you everything on next Thursday. So get as many people as you can on that last call the week, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so thank you everyone for coming on tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week. But again, in the meantime, if you have any queries, just shoot me an email, and then I'll try to answer it as best as I can.
Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
I love that. Nice carpet.